Hello, everybody. I am Julianne Wutke, your health coach and vibrant aging expert. Now, today we get to hear from Priscilla Torrance, who is a licensed esthetician and certified Gua Sha facial fusion specialist. Welcome,
Yes.
Priscilla.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having
I
me.
love that. Facial fusion. I was just going to say specialist. I thought, oh no, it's going to be
Oh no, it's a
facial
pretty long
fusion.
title.
I love
Yeah.
it. And I love our topic for today. I'm sure a lot of the people who are here live with us and the folks who are looking at the recorded version are dying to know. Gua Sha, a natural alternative to Botox. So we're going to be
Yes.
discussing that today. Anything you'd like to say just right off the bat about Gua Sha? Like, what is Gua Sha?
That's the question, isn't it? As so many people are, you see the trends on TikTok and social media where you see people using a tool on their face, but what does it really mean, right?
Hmm.
So Gua Sha, the literal translation of gua means to scrape, and sha is the blood flow of that stagnation. There's actually a word for it. It's petechia, which is that pink, brown, purpley dots that show up on the face after scraping.
Okay.
To put it simply, it's a great alternative for or a treatment for an anti-aging, treating the skin. We'll go into depth more about it later, but feel free to ask
Okay.
away. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, why would, well, maybe we should just start off with, yeah, I know you're a licensed esthetician, and that's
Yes.
important. I love that. So what is an esthetician?
Yes. So I really wanted to touch light on this subject of what an esthetician is, because over the pandemic, especially in the state of California, where they shut us down for almost a year,
Mm,
on again, off again, the career field was very made to look superficial. And we are so much more than just beauty.
mhm.
Google's definition, if I'm going to read it because I was curious. Google's definition of esthetician is a skincare specialist that cleans and beautifies the skin and applies makeup, which they're
Yeah.
not wrong,
Yeah.
but we're so much more than that. We do so much more than that. I like the term skin therapist
Mm,
or facialist because
mhm.
we are actually professionals, trained professionals who go to school and get all of this training and techniques and learn about this. We learn about the muscles. We learned about the circulatory system. Like there's a lot of medical and science stuff that goes into it. We learn
Mhm.
about um, blood pathogens and diseases. And so there's a lot that goes into it. You can make a profession of uh, doing just lashes. You can do a profession of just doing waxing. But then there are also the estheticians who work with dermatologists
Mhm.
who inject Botox,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
There are estheticians who are like myself who have a specialty where they want to work on just one specific thing. Or you have a jack of all trades where an esthetician does everything, right? Where they do lashes and brows and there's just so much. There's so much that an esthetician can do. And we're so much more than that. We
Mhm.
are literally self-care. We are mental health. We are overall well-being. So I wanted to touch light on that. It's like, I'm not just an esthetician, so much more.
Skin therapy. I think I like that a
In
lot.
therapy. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know, my visits to you, and it's just so relaxing. It's like a mini vacation. And then I
Yeah.
come out and my skin is I mean, this is really, you're right. It is like therapy. And I
It
know
really is.
my skin is feeling great, looking great. And it's just, the world is a much better place.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I think you're my therapist. I'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, we kind of are, right? People come
Yeah.
in and they feel so relaxed that they just kind of talk about anything
Yeah.
and we
True.
listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Gua Sha, how did you get into Gua Sha? So what interested you most about it, would you say?
So it started with the trend, right?
Mm,
I started seeing more and more people using this funky little tool that looks kind of like a foot, right? Well, what is that? I often wondered. You start seeing it slowly creep up in the spa industry, but very slowly. And there's not really much known about it. So that's I started looking into it more, and I wanted to become certified. I wanted to become a professional at using it. I didn't want to just be like, look at this really cool thing that I'm using. Look what it does. Look how it lifts my brows. Look how I look more alive and awake. I didn't want to just be like a trend. This is actually a treatment. This is actually something that benefits you, not just on the surface, but internally as well. So just to go in a little bit deeper, and I have my little notebook here that I'll be reading off. So if you see me like looking down, I swear I wrote it all myself. It's not something I copied off the internet. Gua Sha is a traditional Chinese healing method. You use a tool to literally scrape the skin. It helps with a variety of skincare ailments, and it can help with a multitude of health benefits, not just superficial skin stuff. It's definitely an internal thing. It works with the lymphatic system. It can help with the circulatory system. In aesthetics, Gua Sha is all about gentle movement. It's about releasing the stagnation or garbage, so to speak, that gets kind of trapped there in the filtration system of your skin. It helps. It's all about connective tissue. It's about improving your fascia health.
I was going to ask you about that. It sounded like you're talking about the fascia, because I know when your fascia is tight or stuck, that doesn't look good on the outside.
No,
just to put it bluntly.
Either.
No.
Something that I like to bring up with my clients, especially those who do get massages, is like when you go and you get a massage and your massage therapist is working on a knot in your back, you can feel the crystallization breaking down, right? That they're helping that get a better flow. Gua Sha is pretty much the same thing, but for your face, and there is Gua Sha for the body. I don't offer Gua Sha for the body. I'm just a trained professional with a face. Though there are some estheticians who can do body treatments. I'm all face. Yeah. And believe it or not, Gua Sha can actually help with your skin conditions, because it's all about connective tissue, right? So it's helping getting things connected and flowing, and when things are flowing better in the body, it's reflected on the face. So again, Gua Sha can help with acne. It can help with rosacea. It can help with hyperpigmentation, not just fine lines and wrinkles. It helps with a multitude of things, so many things.
Yeah, that sounds like something everyone should want for their face. For sure.
And you can come in for treatments with me and get it done, but you can also, it's something you can do at home on your own too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what is that Gua Sha tool? It sounds like it's stone, and I know it feels kind of cold to the touch.
So there are so many different tools out there that are Gua Sha tools. A lot of them you'll find that are crystals. So this is mookaite, this is obsidian, this is jade, this is rose quartz. Like there's so many different tools. It's all about really the shape. I mean, of course, there is also the more spiritual part of it. Like if you're into crystals and you believe in crystal properties, and of course that's really cool too. But all you really need is the shape of the tools. So I can actually show you some ways to use those too.
Okay.
If you're interested. But yeah, do you have any more questions for me?
Well, let's see. I think I was just curious about that, alternative to Botox. So Botox would tend to minimize wrinkles and lift. It has a lifting effect, although it's really just about freezing that face part of your face. Yeah, but it just kind of tends to look that way. So Gua Sha does something similar, but in a different way. Is there any way to clarify or no?
So they're very different.
Yeah. Okay.
They both can treat the same thing, but let's just start with defining what Botox is, right? So it's a toxin that's being injected into your wrinkles. And what Botox does is it actually freezes it in place. So you're freezing that wrinkle, which gives the illusion that it is smoothed out. And I'm not going to hate on Botox. It's actually an effective tool for looking younger and having more lifted skin, a youthful appearance. It's effective. It's good. It works. But it's all about freezing that muscle, right? It keeps things in place. Whereas Gua Sha is about movement. It's about moving and getting blood flowing and getting things to move. That's it's connective tissue. It's about movement. One's about freezing and one is about movement. Just to put it simply, that's what it is.
That's a really good way to explain it.
They both have great benefits. Botox is a quick fix, in my opinion. It's a quick fix, right? Whereas Gua Sha, it takes more commitment. So with Gua Sha, you have to do it every day to see a difference. It's a lifestyle change. It's like when you're going to the gym and you can't just go once and expect to lose 10 pounds, right? You have to keep going. You have to be consistent. The same with what you're putting into your body, what you're eating. So I like to say that Gua Sha is very similar in that same way. Is like, you want to treat the fine lines here, your 11s, you got to do that every day. Make sure you smooth that out, or yes, of course, you're going to start to see them creep in a little bit more.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Also, I know with the injections, people sometimes, I guess it depends on how it's used, et cetera, but they feel like they kind of look frozen, and that's always a complaint. It's like, because if you're overusing it, you're not getting a lot of movement in your face.
That's right.
And that's that can happen. And with Gua Sha, since it's about movement, it's really just about, it sounds like it's more about circulation. Yeah, that sounds like something that's a little bit more user friendly.
It's a more holistic approach to treating, certain skin conditions, or even it helps treat pain as well.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I'm not an expert on treating the pain part, but yeah, definitely it has a multitude of benefits.
Yeah, it sounds like I know one of those, because a lot of our audience are, well, in my experience, women of any age are interested in, retaining their looks as long as they can, even though their looks are going to change over time. That's great, but we always want to be the best version of ourselves at any age. And what would you say to someone who is, I don't know, over 40, over 50, and they're thinking about trying this out? Should they just try it at home if they can't come and see you? Should they start this at home, do you think? Or
they definitely can. I would say make sure, or you can even try and find a professional in the area. Just Google Gua Sha professional in the area, or a Gua Sha facialist, or Gua Sha facial fusion, and try to find someone in the area. It's always best, if you're starting out, to find a professional who can guide you into using Gua Sha correctly. There's this ongoing trend of using Gua Sha, but a lot of times when I'm watching these videos, I see people going like this, and you need to hold it like this. You need to support your skin.
Yeah,
okay, there is a wrong way to use Gua Sha.
Yeah,
if you want to get its full effects, there is a you got to find a professional to help you find.
Right. So you can learn. So you're saying that those do it yourself kind of videos maybe have a caution with, and talk to someone who has been trained.
Definitely. You want to talk to somebody who has the proper training and who knows what they're doing. I mean, it's nice to see a video and see the effects of the video, but you also want to make sure that that's legitimate,
Yeah. No, I totally understand. You can find almost anything on the internet. Not all of it is good.
Right.
Oh, that's great. Well, I think, and now I don't know if I had anything else today. Is there anything you wanted to add for our audience, whether they're here
Uh,
live or they're looking at this recording?
I know, I think we covered everything. I think we
Okay.
covered everything, but if there was like a certain technique, if anybody wanted to see how to work on something, I could probably show some, like a little quick technique for somebody,
Well, we've
anyone
got
who
about
wants
we've got
something.
just about 2 minutes. Is there something you can show us in 1 or 2 minutes, or
Sure.
I want to see?
So I actually have a video that I posted on my Instagram feed.
Okay.
So if you want to treat the fine lines, like see, I have tech neck here because I'm always looking down.
Yeah.
So if you want to treat these fine lines, you can get a tool that, if you have, most people have a tool that looks like this, so I'll use
Hmm.
this one. You can use the end of it here, and you want to hold your skin taut, not too tight, and imagine yourself erasing those lines. Just erasing those lines. This is a technique you can do every day.
Huh.
Pretty simple. Very, very simple, right? Like that
Uh-huh.
doesn't seem too hard. Now, with lifting the neck, so I'm starting to get kind of like that turkey neck that's growing in there. For that, you can just
And I see you supporting your skin when you're doing this too.
yes, super important to support the skin. You don't want to just go like this because if you go like this, you're going to skip some very critical parts of the tissue that need that flow.
Okay.
So holding the skin taut like this helps the tool to actually reach that tissue and get that stagnation moving.
Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that. It's so funny. It seems so simple, and yet I know it's very effective. I know
It is.
I really enjoy
Yeah.
my Gua Sha treatments. And no, I admit I don't have a Gua Sha tool at home. I go to see Priscilla. I
Well, I
probably
do
should.
retail them. I do retail them. So if
Uh-huh.
you want to get one next time you're in.
Okay. Deal.
Okay,
All
awesome.
right. Well, it's been so much fun, and thank you for sharing all of this with us. I love it so much, and I know our audience, watching at home will love it as well. And I will, for those who are not here live, I did put all your contact information in the chat, but when I post this on our various platforms, I'll go ahead and include your contact information as well. And I love
Mhm.
your Instagram. I love that it's quick videos and things like that. You're always talking about little
Right.
tips and tricks and
Yeah.
things. So anyway,
So sorry to
go ahead.
interrupt, but I did want to say really quick. I mean,
Yeah.
for the audience that, is not local to me, if they're looking for ways and tips and tricks of how to use a gua sha tool, they can always follow me on my Instagram.
Mhm.
What was it again? Yeah, my Instagram.
Is it at Skin by Cilla, or is it,
Yeah, it's at Skin by Cilla. And
okay,
I
that's easy to
usually
find.
like to post things on how to do
Yeah, the
that.
how-to stuff. I love it. All right.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much, Priscilla. I loved it. Until next time, everyone, this is Julianne Wutke, and we'll see you later.